What is the biggest mistake that you think that people are making when it comes to cryptocurrencies?
Such a good question. People are leaving their money on exchanges. That is the biggest mistake. And the problem here is that leaving your money on an exchange, the exchanges can go bankrupt. And we've seen that happen numerous times. We saw it happen at the end of 2022. We've seen exchanges turn out to be scams, turn out to be fraudulent. And so people really need to learn to take self-custody. The issue as well with leaving your money on an exchange is we get to a point where when these exchanges do go bankrupt, like we saw with FTX, it completely crashes the market. People lose a lot of money. And then suddenly people don't want anything to do with crypto anymore. And so they think it's an issue with crypto rather than an issue with custody. So people desperately need to learn to take self-custody. And then it's not just, taking self-custody, it's then understanding and learning how to securely take self-custody. Learn, what type of self-custody you want. Do you want to have a soft wallet? Do you want to have a hardware wallet? Because people need to understand the difference between those two things. You can leave your money on a soft wallet, but then that money can get hacked because technically, it's still connected to the internet. If you have a software wallet on your phone, well, what if your phone gets stolen? Or what if, you leave your phone out and you're in a public place? Maybe you're around people that you can't necessarily trust. They can easily go on your phone if it's not locked and they can move the money. So again, people are going to think that this is an issue with crypto, but it's not. And so this is why I always tell people the most important thing to do is to take self-custody with a hardware wallet and learn all the different things. So learn what a private key is, learn what a public key is, learn what a seed phrase is. And then it goes deeper than that, because then you have to learn, how do I safely secure these keys? Do I write it on a piece of paper? Well, I wouldn't recommend writing your seed phrase and the backup to your entire life savings on a piece of paper, because what if it gets wet? Then it's ruined. What if your dog eats it? What if there's a fire? Really simple things. Paper can just simply, the ink on the paper can just erode over decades. And so I would then say engrave it on a metal sheet. It's just a rabbit hole of education, because what type of metal sheet? Should it be coded? So I always say, never make it too difficult. Never rearrange your seed phrase. Never put one word in one country and one word in another. No, have everything in one place. I definitely would recommend a hardware wallet and a metal sheet. Have it engraved and make your life as simple as possible. I think self-custody is the most important thing, and it's when people make those mistakes that they tend to be put off by it. I know loads of people. I think there's a famous guy who he can't remember the keys to his wallets, and he's got his life savings on there, maybe like, I don't know, $200,000 worth of Bitcoin trapped on a hardware wallet. So it's all good having a hardware wallet, but then you have to learn how to custody those keys correctly. So education and practice is the most important thing. And also I'll add another really important thing as well, is people are sending money and it's getting lost. And the reason they're doing that is because maybe there's an incorrect number or character on the address that you send it to. And so a really important practice to make, and to make sure that you're implementing into every crypto transaction that you do, is to make sure that you send a test amount first. I always do it, always a test amount. I will send as little as $10. It does not matter. Always send a test. And then once that's arrived safely and both parties can confirm the money has left mine and you've received it, then you can go ahead and send the remainder. So important, because if you do these little things wrong, you're just never going to touch crypto again.